Hey, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, Bashim Rakakadash, double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that rule well. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect out here pushing the truth and sincerity. So, Father, for what you do, we love you. We appreciate you through the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, and Shalom to you. All right, this is your brother Dawadad, Adawan Batazah. Going to give you edifying lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. All right. Let's jump right into the lesson. This is Revelations chapter 19 and verse 10. It says, "And I fell at his feet to worship him. And he said unto me, See thou do it not. I am thy fellow servant and of thy brethren that have the testimony of Yahweh Shai. Worship Yahweh, for the testimony of Yahweh Shai is the spirit of prophecy." All right, so I'm going to read it again. We're going to break it down. Right? This is Revelation 19 and 10. And it says, "And I fell at his feet to worship him." Who's speaking? This is John the Revelator, right? And he said, I fell at his feet to worship him. He was talking about an angel, all right? So an angel just appeared to him and spoke to him. And he got on his knees to worship him. And it says, and he said unto me, See thou do it not. Why? Because you're not supposed to worship anything or anybody but Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai. Yahweh being the Heavenly Father, who the world ignorantly calls God. His name is Yahweh, meaning he is or he exists or he to be, right? Bahashem, meaning in the name of, and Yahweh Shai being who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, right? He says, See thou do not. I am thy fellow servant and of thy brethren that have the testimony of Yahweh Shai. Worship Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, for the testimony of Yahweh Shai is the spirit of prophecy. So, Yahweh Shai being the name who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. All right, it says the testimony of him, Yahweh Shai, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, is the spirit of prophecy. So any Christians, Catholics, or any Hebrew Israelite camps talking to you, and they're not talking to you about prophecy, they're not in the spirit of who the world calls Jesus Christ, which his name is Yahweh Shai. All right, they're in another spirit. They're in the spirit of this world. All right, they're talking to you about prosperity, black-owned businesses, telling you that the name of the Lord, our Father and his Son, telling you that their names do not matter and that you can call them whatever you want, telling you that whatever they look like doesn't matter. They look whatever you want them to look like, that's what they look like, or whatever you want, imagine them that they look like, that's what they are. That's bullshit. That's not the testimony of Yahweh Shai. All right, testimony of Yahweh Shai is a spirit of prophecy. So you should be speaking of prophecy. You should be talking about the mark of the beast. You should be talking about race wars. You should be talking about World War III. You should be talking about famine. You should be talking about pestilences, right? Natural disasters, all these different things, nuclear missiles that's going to hit here in America. These are the things that you're supposed to be talking about. Salvation for the Hebrew Israelites, which are the so-called blacks, Native Americans, and Latinos. Salvation for them. Who the world ignorantly say that are UFOs, telling people that those are the chariots of the Lord. Those are prophecies. Those are the things you're supposed to be speaking about. All right. If they're not speaking about stuff like that, then you are talking to a false prophet, and they do not have the testimony of Yahweh Shai, which is who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. So let's jump into some prophecies, right? But before that, let me get 1 Corinthians chapter 14, verse 8. Because remember, if they're not talking to you about prophecy, then they're wasting your time. 1 Corinthians 14 and 8. For if the trumpet give an uncertain sound, who shall prepare himself to the battle? So let's break it down. 1 Corinthians 14 and 8. For if the trumpet give an uncertain sound, the trumpet is us, right? We are the trumpet. Our words, our warnings, that's the trumpet. It says, if it give an uncertain sound, who shall prepare himself for the battle? So back in the ancient days, you had towers, right? And they were on a building. They were set right there at the front of the building of the castle or the kingdom, right? There would be a whole fortress, a whole wall surrounding the villagers, surrounding the kingdom, right? Back then, walls were a really big thing. You have a fortress, and outside would be open land mainly, and then inside would be all the king, the kingdom, and his servants, different things like that. And you would be protected inside because you can't, the walls are very hard to breach. So at the forefront of those walls, you will have towers where men will stand guard, and they were very, very important men. So they will have a trumpet, and if it were make a certain type of sound, you would know what time you were in. So if there was a time for battle, they would make a certain sound that would be, they would play a certain sound that would be equivalent to battle, to war coming, right? A danger afoot, right? If it was a time to receive friends, they will play a certain sound for that as well. If it was farmers coming in or whatever it was, they will make a sound letting you know who was at the door. All right. So if war is at the door and the castle and the walls are about to be breached, and the trumpet doesn't, the person who is playing the trumpet, they don't make the sound that prepares you for battle, how the hell would you know that danger is afoot? You would know if they played a very soothing, welcoming sound, then you would be more at ease and you would be more vulnerable, right? You would be sleeping, right? You would be asleep when you should be awake, because you wouldn't be thinking nothing of it. So these prophets, these false prophets out there speaking, they're making an uncertain sound from their trumpets. The trumpet is supposed to be, on point and letting you know exactly what time that you're in. And it says here is that if it makes an uncertain sound, who can prepare himself for the battle? So me being a leader, I will have to lead people in the right direction. And if I'm telling people prepare for black-owned businesses, black-owned communities, and get your credit right, and let's go out and have some fun and go party, then I'm really not telling you, I'm not doing my job as a man that's supposed to be blowing the trumpet. A watcher, right? A prophet. A prophet means that a person that says things before they happen. But I'm not telling you that danger is coming. I'm telling you that, stay docile, stay, sleep. To prove that the trumpet is us, let's get, we're going to get Isaiah chapter 58, verse 1. It says, cry aloud, spare not, lift up thy voice like a trumpet. So there's the word trumpet again, letting you know that when we speak, we're trumpets. It says, and shew my people their transgression, and the house of Jacob their sins. So trumpet is a loud instrument. So that's why, he's talking about being a trumpet and being loud and stuff. It's a loud instrument. But this is the equivalency of the 1 Corinthians 14:8, us being a trumpet. All right. So that's just a precept for that. All right. All right. So let's get Matthew's, right? Because this is about prophecies. Matthew chapter 24. I'm going to start at verse 6. I'm going to start at verse 5. Because remember, the testimony of Yahweh Shai is a spirit of prophecy. So that's what we're talking about. That's what this is about. It's about the spirit of prophecy. At times that we are in right now, our trumpet should be making a certain sound. The certain sound that should be making is preparing for battle. Now, physically, we're not preparing for battle. We're preparing spiritually, right? Because Yahweh Shai is going to come back and do that, who the world inwardly calls Jesus Christ. He's going to come back and do that. And certain men that he gives that order to, that he gives that commandment to, right? That command to, so like that command to, they're going to be out there, physically battling, and the angels as well. But none shall perish, because that power is coming from Yahweh Bashim Shai. Right? So you're supposed to be in the spirit of prophecy if you're about the testimony of Yahweh Shai. And he warned us and gave us signs on things that's going to come, which are these prophecies, that to prepare for, to look out for when he's going to make his return. So this is Matthew chapter 24, verse 5. It says, here's a couple of the prophecies right here that we're to look out for. It says, for many shall come in my name, saying, I am a Mashiach, which that's what Christ means. Mashiach in the Hebrew means anointed. It says, and shall deceive many. Now, who do you see out there, though? What I named earlier, certain Hebrew Israelite camps, right? You have Christian churches, Catholics, right? They all claim to be following who you call Jesus Christ, but none of them are really following who you call Jesus Christ. None of them speak in the spirit of, their testimony is not in the spirit of prophecy. They're not prophesying. What they're mainly doing, right? And it's okay if, so let's give an example. Maybe you heard them prophesy. Maybe you heard them say, well, yeah, they talked about nuclear missiles hitting America. They say that America is Egypt and Rome and Sodom all the way in the spirit, right? They say that my church does say that who you call Jesus Christ is black. My church does say, we're Hebrew Israelites. Okay, maybe they are saying those things, but they're not telling you the name. the name of the Heavenly Father and His Son, which is Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai. They're not doing that. And if they are, they're not. We know that they're not. But if they are, they're not giving you the 100% truth and letting you know that the mark of the beast is the FRID microchip. They're not doing that. These are prophecies that must be told in order for you to have the 100% truth. For that trumpet to be given that certain sound, so you can prepare yourself for the battle. These are the things. These are the things they're supposed to be saying. It has to be 100% truth, not just one or two things that they give you. You know, oh, maybe they told you that you're a Hebrew Israelite. Maybe they told you that Yahweh Shai, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, is black, but they didn't give you the name. They didn't give you the name of our Heavenly Father and His Son. They didn't tell you what the mark of the beast was. They didn't tell you that race wars are coming. They told you to start a black-owned business. They told you to support black-owned businesses. They told you only date black people and shit like that. That's not prophecy, right? For many shall come in my name, saying I am Mashiach, and shall deceive many. Because what are they doing? They deceiving many so that people, they're not ready and they don't receive Yahweh Bashim Yahshai, the gifts that He gave us, so that they get distracted. They're deceiving people, letting them know, oh, it's okay for you to take the RFID microchip, which is the mark of the beast. It says, and ye shall hear wars and rumors of wars. Is that not happening now? Do we not see World War III coming right now? We've been in wars for a very long time, but the last war that's coming is coming very quickly, right? What is it? The second woe has passed. The third woe cometh quickly. It says, see that ye be not in trouble, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. Yet is much more, even after World War III, is that we shall see, which is the mark of the beast, right? Which is the FRD microchip, right? Race wars, civil war, the economy collapsing, the missiles, right? It says, for nation shall rise against nation, talking about these race riots, and kingdom against kingdom, talking about the wars. And there should be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. So famines is a way of dying without eating or drinking, which is a horrible way to die. You don't want that, but that's what's coming, right? It says, and pestilences, we saw what just happened with this recent pandemic, right? It says, and earthquakes in diverse places, natural disasters. You got the volcano that just erupted. You got hurricanes, tornadoes, you know, niggas getting hit by lightning and shit. All these things are going to come. So prepare yourself. With that, I'm going to give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, Bashim Rachal Kadash. Double honor to your apostles and elders, a great millstone that rule well. Peace and salutation, hopeful elect that pushing the truth and sincerity. The water for y'all do. We love you. We appreciate you. The spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, and shalom to you. These are the prophecies that we're looking for.